Let me tell you a tale, boys. It's about the future of Frazer. The man, the legend, the myth. So Frazer would go on to completely and utterly fail all his GCSEs. And because of this, he will not be accepted into any college he applies for. His parents will constantly yell at him to do something with his life, but he has no idea what to do. Until one day, he is walking in Cheltenham. He sees a sign. The sign reads, "Help wanted, no experience required." So the next day, Frazer travels to the Eden Club, a re-owned strip club in the heart of Cheltenham. There, he hopes to become a waiter, but the owner has different plans. He is hired as a stripper and is given the name Buttercup. He works endless hours for most days of the week for just above the minimum wage. One day, he walks into an apartment and he sees a letter. It reads, "To Frazer, come to the reunion, you ginger poop." So there Frazer is 1 week later, at his friend's reunion. There they all are. Bishop, a now trillionaire inventor. Jake and Oliver, founders of a young industry. Austin, who is now married to Belle Delphine. Marshall, a striker for Arsenal. Bradley, a world-famous model. Monty, a brilliant man who created the cure for the brand new disease, Schulis. And Frazer, a stripper. They talk for hours about their lives, except Frazer, who sits there in the corner silently. He's lost. But then, Bishop, being the kind man he is, gives Frazer a cheque for £2.5 billion. He tells them, "Go do something useful, you ginger fuck." These words stick with Frazer over the next few weeks, until he had an idea. He invested all of his money into creating video games. His first game, Life at DP School, was a commercial success, mainly with the help of Bishop and Oliver advertising and endorsing his games. He made so much money off it that he was able to move out of his parents' house and get a decent apartment. He then bought a facility where he could hire staff and improve his games. He went on to make dozens of games of all types, competing with companies such as EA and Ubisoft, etc. One day on his way to the office, he was stopped by a man who demanded he made a game about him. Frazer politely denied. However, the man pulled out a gun and shot Frazer point-blank range in the chest. His assistant, Zoe, heard the gunshot and immediately called 999. Frazer awoke in hospital with Zoe at his side. He saw Thomas Bishop walk past his bed. "Why are you here?" he asked. "My dad. He's in a coma." This was of course Frazer's good friend Bishop. Frazer, worried more for his friend than himself, asked Zoe to take him to Bishop. He was lying still. Frazer asked what happened, but was shocked to find the answer. A tear came to his eye when Oliver and Austin came into the room. "We heard both of you," they said. "Where's Jake?" Frazer asked. "He was kidnapped," Oliver said. "We don't know by who, but he's gone." It was at this point that Frazer collapsed, a spazzing heap. He was having some kind of attack. The doctors rushed him in to take him to his bed and ushered everyone away. 5 months later, Oliver, Austin, Monty, Bishop, Marshall, and Bradley were all stood together, huddled around a gravestone. It was raining and cold. Their faces were grim. Then, the sound of a squeaking wheelchair came. "I can't believe it," said Frazer, grey and weak. "None of us can't," said Monty. They stared at the words on the gravestone with great intent and sorrow. "Here lies the beloved Jake Young." Frazer retires 2 months later from his company, handing it to his wife, Zoe. He lives a luxurious life until one day, at the age of 65, in a plane crash whilst visiting Canada with Toby Coombs, a famous novelist, and Bradley Perry, a famous model. And that is the life of Frazer. The end.